This is a Canadian rum, and it is called the Ironworks Bluenose rum. It's 42%, and it is made on what I think is a hybrid still. And of course you can see from the coloring that it really is quite dark. I don't believe it's more than 2 years old or whatever, but there's a lot of things about this that give me pause. I'm going to go straight into the tasting notes before I get there, and I'll tell you about the company. So let's just look at it right off the bat. It is actually a very interesting, almost Demerara style rum. It does have some cranberries, it has some of those fruits that give you that slightly sour taste, but it also has all the traditional notes, things like caramel, baking spices, a bit of brown sugar, a touch of molasses, right? It's not particularly complicated here. It's just a nice little sip, or a nice little nose, if you will. Yeah, it's not bad at all. And it tastes thin, in a word. That's part of its problem. The rum itself is made from molasses that come from Guatemala by a company called Crosby. So Crosby molasses is what a lot of Canadian companies use. The company itself is located in Nova Scotia, and it is actually in the site of an ironworks. And the reason why they chose that name, of course, aside from it being an ironworks, and why this is called Bluenose, is because that particular foundry used to make steel parts for the schooners that plied the Atlantic trade up and down the coasts of Canada and the United States, and of course to some extent to the Caribbean in the late 1800s. The company itself was founded in about 2009, and they kind of really did an interesting job. It does not appear to have been created because of, like very many new distilleries, because of a particular love for the spirit, or this one in particular. It was more like ninefold. They needed something to do. They saw a gap in the market, and they saw that there were ways of making money off of spirits, and therefore they went in that direction, which is exactly what Kit Carruthers said that he did. You know, quite calculatedly, so to speak. Be that as it may, they picked up some prizes really rapidly. They do have whiskeys, gins, vodkas, rums, all that sort of thing. Some of the rums I could give a shit about, but they do have 2 or 3 that are quite interesting, one of which is the amber rum. Then there's the round the world rum that they literally took around the world in a schooner to see whether that would change the aging profile. And they have made money, they have sold out their stuff. And then there's this one called the Bluenose, which was named after a schooner which the Ironworks once provided the steel for. Now, here's my problem, right? The rum isn't bad. I mean, it's a perfectly serviceable rum. I'm going to score it, I have scored it about 79 or 80 points, and there's a certain Demerara-ish note to it. I like the fruits, I like the kind of sparky citrus and sour notes to it. It's not bad, but it's really not that good by any stretch of the imagination either. 79 points is about as far as I can go, you know, and say that it is. So here's my problem with it, though. There is too little information about it, right? Aside from the fact that it's made molasses, we don't know what the still is. I had to go into the website and start looking at photographs of the still. It's made by Müller out of Germany. I think it's a hybrid still, but I don't know. Never said, right? Then there's this coloring, right? We know, we who do rums, you know, in a bigger way than most, we tend to have a real problem with rums that are this dark because it is completely artificial. It's E150 caramel coloring or whatever it is, but there's always that holdover, that disrepute of people using any old shit to put into their rums to try and make them darker, make them smoother, whatever the fuck that means, you know, and make them something that they're actually not. So we really actually don't know a whole lot about what went into this rum, and that's the part that I dislike. Because in 2024, should I really be having to chase this hard? Look at websites, look at Facebook pages, send emails around the place? No. If I'm in a store and I'm trying to buy something, you know, I want to know right up front what it is. The most you're going to get out of this, that it's made in Nova Scotia, it is 42%, and it's made by Ironworks and it's called Bluenose. Like, I mean, that's it. That's all I get. You know, we can do better than that, and quite frankly, as I've said more than one occasion, we should. And just because this is Canada and because it's my country and I want the rum scene to be better and perhaps be like the UK or Australia or some of these other places in the Far East that are making these great, incredible rums that I like so much, I want better here, and this is one that, if it wins prizes, then it should deserve those prizes by actually making something that you can get enough information about. right? Over and beyond that, 79 points. It's perfectly served as a rum. I think I'm actually going to finish this. Yeah, it does kind of have some nice gooseberries in here now that I like. So, yeah, no, do enjoy yourself. If you disagree with what I'm saying here, please read the review. There is more information there, much, much more that I couldn't fit into 5 minutes. But otherwise, do enjoy yourselves, and I will see you all next time.